little $65 polisher might not be the best. Is an $800 detail from a pro worth all that money? Or can I get the same results doing it myself? No, that's not a new racing stripe. That's a piece of tape to divide the car in half, because today we've got a professional detailer here and he's gonna detail one half of the E36 and then I'm gonna do the other half. Should I DIY or should I don't?
Check out the all-new donut sticker pack. 5 of your favorite donut designs ready to stick anywhere. And I mean anywhere. They stick to your bumper, your window, your laptop, a water bottle, a lunchbox, your lock's bunch, your best friend's back. Slap the beans on some beans. Put Yoda's tacos on a taco. RIP on some pop-ups. Slap your love for donut anywhere you want. Go to donutmedia.com and grab your pack today. And that's not all. We got a new hat. I'm wearing it. Next time you're off-roading out in the sticks, don't get lost. Find yourself with this all-new Find Yourself donut hat for just $24.98, which is so much cheaper than $30. And hurry up, because this merch is insano style and it's gonna sell out quick. Donutmedia.com, go now.
Everybody who gets their knuckles good and greasy has hit that point in a project where you're in over your head and you're wondering if you should have just taken it to a pro in the first place. This sucks. Now sure, having a professional work on your car is gonna cost you more money, but think about the time you save, the effort you save, and the quality of work you get when you take it to a pro. When it comes to cleaning your car, the full professional detail that includes a paint correction can easily take a day or more and cost $500 to $1,000 and beyond. But why does it even cost that much? Well, a professional detailer is going to be going over every square inch of your car with a pretty specific set of tools and a lot of experience. And they're probably going to do it pretty quick. But nobody's going to be more invested in getting your car all nice and shiny than you, right? So if you go buy some tools and off-the-shelf chemicals, can you return the same results as a pro? Well, that's what we're here to find out, folks. This is Tony, and his mobile detailing service can come straight to your house or office to clean your car so you don't even have to put down the Xbox controller. So Tony, take me through your plan of attack.
First, we start off with detailed foam wash, the clay treatment, iron removal, and then we dry the vehicle, see what we're working with. Then we'll go over all the painted surfaces, and then we'll apply our sealant once our one-step correction is finished.
Let's get this party started. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Professional touch. Wow. Go Tony. That's why they pay you so much. He buffs, he sprays, he uses all his tools. Zach's watching, we're watching, he still keeps his cool. Precision, perfection, that's what it's all about. That scrape, no problem, it'll buff out.
Something that's a bit challenging is removing all the residue from all the decals. It's taking a little bit longer than I expected, but we're getting through it.
So what does a clay bar do? How does this work?
So the clay bar creates friction when you're sliding it across the paint with the clay lube, and all the contaminants that are embedded in your paint will be picked up by the clay mitt or clay bar, whichever you use.
All right, so you're taping off the trim, huh?
Just so the polish doesn't potentially stain the trim pieces.
So a few minutes spent taping off this trim will keep you from having to potentially deal with cleaning off some compound which does stain black trim, or can. I guess maybe I'll tape off my trim then too. Paint correction is all about making the top layer of your paint smooth and flat. Most scratches are really just deep valleys in the paint or clear coat, and the cutting compound Tony is using is basically like liquid sandpaper. Tony, this doesn't look good, it looks great! And you did it in just under 4 hours. 3 hours, 43 minutes to be exact. And that was with us bugging you, poking you, prodding you, making you talk. So honestly, great work. Boy, oh boy, that is some smooth paint and the reflections are like a mirror. Let's peel this tape back and see what I'm working with. Hey, looks worse than I remember. All right, before we get started, I'd like to set my expectations. Now, Tony did a really nice job and the paint is very, very nice. I might not be able to quite get there, but I do think I'll be able to turn a good result. The fact is though, it's probably gonna take me considerably longer than it took him, would be my guess. All right, let's go over the pile of tools that we've procured and how much money we spent on them. So we've got 2 buckets, a pile of microfibers, car shampoo, 2-pack of mitts, a wheel brush, my sister's toothbrush for getting in the nooks and crannies, a clay bar here, we got ourselves a polisher, polishing pads, a mother's power ball. Then for our compound, this is a 3D cutting, compound, and finishing polish. Then I've got some trim dressing. And then finally, to protect our paint, once we're done cleaning it, we've got a sealant from Adams. So all together, that's about $255 worth of product. So you can already see that we're saving money over what we're paying the pro. But the question is, am I gonna be able to turn results that mimic his? Well, here's the truth of the matter. Even if I don't, and now I have the tools and I've got enough chemicals to go at this 10, 15 times. So maybe my first job won't be the best, but heck, by detail number 10 or 12, you gotta be figuring it out by then, right? You can clearly see how well protected the side of the car that Tony detailed is. The water's beading off really nicely, and on this side, the water's one big sheet. All right, so for the clay bar, I'm just gonna use a little bit of soap and water for lubricant and use this little traditional clay bar to do the clay barring. Tony had that nice mitt, which covered a lot of surface area and probably made this go a lot quicker for him. I'd say this is gonna take me considerably longer than it took him, but still, hopefully, no more than 30 minutes. You can really feel the clay bar working. The first couple passes, it feels rough, and then after a few passes, it turns quite smooth. Okay, so we just got done clay barring, and to be honest, the paint looks pretty good when you just glance at it. But when you look a little deeper, you can tell that we're not done here. First off, when you clay bar a car, you remove everything from the paint, contaminants and protectants. So that means we definitely can't leave it like this. We have to paint correct because we're already here, but we definitely then need to either wax or seal it. We're gonna move into the garage to finish the rest of this little project. So I'm definitely gonna tape off the trim. I'll probably actually do that before I start polishing, just get it over with, and then we'll be good. Okay, it turns on, great news. Let's see what we get. Pad does feel pretty firm, that's good. Start out low speed, get it worked around. Well, first impressions, I mean, it works, but you really can't put much pressure on it before it stalls the pad out and stops rotating. I can only use sort of light pressure, which means this is definitely gonna take longer than it took Tony. Okay, I mean, we're close, but to my eye, it's pretty clear that he got the scratches out a little bit better. So we'll see how it looks at the end, but you know, $65 polisher might not be the best.
You do mine next? Sure, James!
Ow, they hurt. There is a lot of elbow grease that goes into this, but you know, we're turning out some decent results. All right, well, I missed my deadline. We're past 4 hours now, so that sucks. And I still got plenty left to do. This is definitely gonna take longer than it took Tony.
This ain't quite got it. Definitely gonna take longer than it took Tony.
All right, well, heck, pretty good. Paint correction's done, headlights look good. I guess it's about time to seal this thing up. Oh. I got a fresh pad on. It's a very soft pad, so it's not gonna be trying to remove anything. And we're just gonna put some sealant on, give the whole half of the car a nice thin coating, and let that dry. This is a lot easier than the paint correction in terms of how hard I gotta push. Okay, that's one full coat of sealant applied to half a car. All right, we got the sealant buffed off, and I gotta say, the paint looks pretty good, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna go around and hit all the black trim pieces with this. It's called VRP. It'll bring all our faded trim back to like new condition, look nice and black. Then what? Till I remember something else, I think that's it. Where's the timer? Stop that thing. Just in the nick of time. 5 hours, 59 minutes, and 48 seconds. Just under 6 hours, I think we could all agree. Well, we did it. I never thought I'd see the day that the E36 looked this clean, but to hell, the day came. So it did take me more time than it took Tony by about 2 hours and 15 minutes. But I gotta say, my results came out pretty good. I think if you asked me a week from now which side of the car I did, I don't think I would be able to remember. So the question remains, is this something that you should DIY or should you don't? And I think it really boils down to a few factors. Do you have some extra money to spare and looking for some convenience? Or are you kind of strapped for cash and don't mind getting your hands dirty? If this does sound like something you got the time for, well, I hope this video helped push you over the edge into the DIY dungeon. And if you want to learn more about detailing, check out Tony's YouTube channel at Tony's Professional Touch. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to your boys at Donut Media. Follow us on Instagram at Donut Media. Follow me on Instagram at Zach Job. I hope to see you again real soon.